Hello guys and girls, fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another video of mine, and this is going to be about some of the male versus female wrestlers that I'm liking so far in WWE. I may even come across doing a list for AEW at some point as well, but at the moment I'm going to do the main big one, and I'm going to be talking about some of the wrestlers, both genders, male and female, that I've decided to include on this list. Now, I was thinking earlier to do maybe a top 5 or a top 10 list, but I decided so far to scrap the idea, and I decided just to do a video of the male and female wrestlers in WWE that I'm liking in wrestling so far. Now, this may be similar to the video that I did on my TikTok channel, or I may be slightly adjusting it as well. So let's start off with The Rock. Now, The Rock I didn't include in my TikTok video I did about male and female wrestlers. I included John Cena, though, to that list. The reason I decided to include The Rock in this list is I was thinking about doing it earlier in the TikTok video, but there was so many other wrestlers that I actually wanted to talk about as well. So I decided I'll talk about them in two separate videos, one for my YouTube channel and one for my TikTok, or vice versa. So I decided to include John Cena in the one I did on TikTok, whereas in this YouTube video, I'm including The Rock. Now, The Rock is another brilliant actor who used to be a WWE superstar wrestler as well. Needless to say, he still comes back every now and again or so and still kicks ass in the WrestleMania events that he does, just like he did for this year's, which I saw day 1 and day 2 of. And seeing John Cena, and not only John Cena, but the man, the myth, the fucking legend himself, that is the fucking Rock, kicked ass as well. I've always been a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson fan of his acting in so many movies, including that fantastic movie Hercules, as well as Jungle Cruise and the original Walking Tall, and I'm pretty sure it was his first ever movie, Welcome to the Jungle, which I saw at movies like years ago, and I really, really appreciated that movie as well. He's another fantastic, great wrestler. Moving right along, Mr. Cody Rhodes himself again, who I definitely mentioned in my TikTok video. And not only for his good looks and good charm, but his wrestling style is just absolutely phenomenal. He just knows how to kick ass. And his theme song, that whenever he comes out, his entrance to WWE, whether it be Raw or WrestleMania, you always hear the song Kingdom, which is his song, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. Now, I've yet to see his dad wrestle, or his late great dad, Dusty Rhodes, but I'm sure his wrestling style would be brilliant as well. And I'm sure he should be definitely proud up in the heavens for his son, Cody Rhodes. Moving right along now to the Usos, who I may have mentioned before, a part of the bloodline. I think they are absolutely amazing, particularly when they are fighting amongst Roman Reigns, who I definitely am not including so much on this list. I may include him on another video, or if I ever change my mind about him. But from what I have seen so far of his character and style of wrestling he seems like a very arrogant, narcissistic type of wrestler. So that's why I'm including a lot of other wrestlers, including the Usos and Bloodline, to this list. Moving right along now is Rhea Ripley herself, who is married to Buddy Murphy, who is a part of AEW Wrestling. And they had a beautiful goth wedding recently, which obviously some people had issue with, but I never had an issue with. Now, the reason why I definitely picked to mention Rhea Ripley on this list is not only she's one of my girlfriend's favorite wrestlers, but now she's one of my favorite wrestlers as well, because her wrestling style is absolutely great. And whenever she has makeup on and has that goth look on stage, and even her natural beauty is absolutely amazing. And even playing her on W2K24 has been a lot of fun as well. Moving right along now is Liv Morgan herself, who you may have seen last week on WWE Raw, which looks like she and Dominic Mysterio were making out in the ring. Or it definitely looks that way from what I saw on WWE Raw and articles about the subject as well. I think Liv Morgan's style of wrestling is absolutely phenomenal as well. And I definitely had to mention her on this list as well about some of the female and male WWE wrestlers that I have definitely gone for. Moving right along now is Dominic slash Rey Mysterio themselves. From what I have seen of young Dom's wrestling style, is it has absolutely been amazing. And not only his style of wrestling, but his father Rey Mysterio's style of wrestling has been absolutely phenomenal as well. So that's why I've definitely included both Dominic and Rey Mysterio to this list as well. Moving right along now is Seth freaking Rollins himself, another living legend in WrestleMania and wrestling and WWE, who I think is absolutely awesome and can put on a good show as well. I think Seth freaking Rollins is absolutely amazing. His wrestling style is so good. It is absolutely amazing. Moving right along now is let me guess, you'll know this one, is Ric Flair's daughter, Charlotte Flair, who is another phenomenal female wrestler in WWE history, and who, as soon as she retires from WWE wrestling, it's going to be a very sad and disheartening day. I think Charlotte Flair's wrestling style is also pretty fucking awesome. Moving right along now is, of course, John Cena. I decided to include John Cena in this list as well, which I didn't include him in the one I did on TikTok. Well, I did, but I didn't include The Rock, whereas I included The Rock in this one and John Cena in this one as well. Not only because they're both hilarious and great actors, but because John Cena will be sadly retiring from WWE, but his wrestling style is so good. Moving right along now to another fantastic wrestler that I definitely didn't include in my other list, and that is the Irish wrestler Sheamus, who I've been playing on W2K24 as. Now, I've only recently got into this Sheamus bandwagon of WWE stars and wrestlers that are male that I think are absolutely phenomenal. I think his wrestling style is cool, not only for his wrestling, but his ginger hair and looks are absolutely phenomenal too. And not only Sheamus for his wrestling style, but the Irishness really reminds me of someone in UFC that is also Irish, and I'm talking about UFC's Conor McGregor. So that's why I've decided to include Sheamus on this video as well. Moving right along now to a wrestler. I haven't seen a lot of wrestling yet, but I did see him on one of the previous Money in the Banks, and sadly, he's no longer alive and with us. And I'm talking about the late, great Bray Wyatt, who I think has a fantastic style of wrestling and seems to have a great, awesome personality. I think his wrestling style is amazing. And if I do get to see more of his past wrestling stuff, I'm going to be very happy with it. Obviously, it was sad when he passed away, particularly that my girlfriend and a lot of people loved Bray Wyatt as a wrestler. And obviously, that would have been the saddest day in WWE history. I think Bray Wyatt is absolutely phenomenal. Moving right along now to the Scottish man himself, and I'm talking about Drew McIntyre, who I think is absolutely amazing in WWE as well. Not only for the unique Scottish accent he has, but the way he upholds himself and does wrestling is absolutely amazing. And he also has a bio out as well, not only in hard copy form, but also a audio book. Moving right along now to another wrestler who also has a audiobook out and hard copy novel, and I'm talking the Irish redhead female Becky Lynch, who has another fantastic style of wrestling. Her wrestling is absolutely phenomenal as well. I think Becky Lynch's wrestling is absolutely great. I think her wrestling is so damn good that I had to include it on this list, just like I did with Charlotte Flair. And now, Io Sky, who is a Japanese wrestler, but her wrestling is so good, and playing her character on WWE 2K24 has been a lot of fun as well. I think her wrestling style is just as good as any of the other people that have deserved to be on this male versus female wrestling list from WWE as well. I think the wrestling style is great. Now, I'm definitely going to mention another one that I hadn't included on my TikTok video because I know I can do a bit longer videos here on YouTube. I'm definitely going to include this is female winner of Money in the Bank, Tiffany Stratton. I think that her wrestling style and personality, from what I've seen on WWE, is absolutely phenomenal as well. I think that her wrestling style is just so damn good as well that it's been absolutely amazing to see Tiffany Stratton and her fighting in WWE as well. So there we go. And if I decide ever to do another WWE video on some of my favorite male versus female wrestlers, I'll definitely do that in the near future. This has definitely been a fun video to upload, and I definitely hope you guys have enjoyed it at home, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care and continue to watch my videos, subscribe to my channel, like my channel, and also watch more WWE and play just as much as I have and be an addict to W2K24. And I'll see you in the next video.